Hello, hello, hello. Happy Money Monday. How is everyone doing on this afternoon? Truly hope that you are having a marvelous Monday thus far and that your day gets even better. Especially if you're a lighter, it should get a little bit better because you're going to have some extra money in your pocket to do whatever you so will with. So on last week, we did take a break here at Inspire with Indy for our Money Mondays because it was a Labor Day and I don't know, I felt the need to take a break and um, have a little time, which it really wasn't a break because I'm always working, always doing something, which leads me into what we're talking about this month. And this birthing month, I should include, of September, where we have been talking about, and we're going to continue talking about project management and time management. And like I say, I truly have a passion for project management. I absolutely love it because it's so much to really learn in that arena, and it can be applied to no matter what industry you're in. It can really be applicable to any industry. So it's really something that is a very powerful, it's powerful. Let's just put it that way. But I want to specifically just talk about time management for a little bit because of the fact that in my life, I know that it has been truly a journey. And I'm sure for many of us, it's hard trying to manage our busy days, our busy schedules, all that we have on our calendars, and just trying to ensure that we get everything done. It can be very, very hard to accomplish that, especially when we're faced with so many different distractions out here. I mean, as you're just driving down the road, you have distractions even there. You have billboards, you have all kind of signage on cars, and just in life in general. If you don't like the video games, then you'll like the TV. If you don't like the TV, then you like the social media. So it's just a lot that is here to pull us. And so I think that, throughout the year, having these constant reminders is very good. And if it's not good for anyone else, it's good for me. And I'm taking full advantage of it because it really allows for me to get in a place of being more mindful. And that's why everything goes hand in hand, because you have the mindset, you have the management, and you have the mindfulness. And as we go throughout each month, it really should be placing us in a place of mindfulness to where we're being more aware of the things that we are doing, and in this case how we're using our time, because I know that I can indeed be a better manager of my time, because it's like I have a lot on my plate and everything always ends up getting done, but how is it getting done? And that matters. And when we are managing our time in a better way, then it allows for us to be able to seamlessly get things done and have that extra time to be able to do whatever we want to do with our day. And, just talking about time, I wanted to just briefly speak about, I went through a time in my life, because when we're talking about not necessarily time management, but when we're talking about time, everyone knows that we have these things called clocks that tell us the time, tells us what time it is. But throughout my journey of really just becoming more aware and just really just more in tune, and really just being in that place of really even healing, just all those things combined, I've went through several phases and stages in my life, which I'm sure we all have. But I was just looking at that thing, time, and I was like, man, this is something that was man made, which really all this stuff is man made. That's why it's like I'm really disconnected from, like, this is what I always tell myself is like, I am thankful. I'm so grateful, so thankful for everything that I do have. And I've worked hard for the things that I have. However, I'm not attached to them because I realize that none of this stuff is really real. Like, it's yes, we can see it, we can feel it, but it's not real. Like, we can't take any of these things with us, and it's just when you realize that even the fact that everything was created from a thought, like the fact that we have a table is because someone got tired of putting stuff on the floor, so they came up with the idea of a table. So all these things that we have, it's not really, it doesn't really matter. It's not really real. It's real to an extent, but it's really not. But getting back to time was something that was man-made, that was created for us to be able to have a basis of what time of day it is, to be able to get places on time, to be able to, know primarily when to be places and things of that nature. We want to know what time it is, but it was something that was man-made. And I went through a stage in my life where I was just like, I don't, I want to feel free. I don't want to feel bound to time, because we really are timeless individuals. We are timeless. Like, this is just a part of our journey that we're in, but we are timeless beings. So I went through this whole stage in my life where it was just where I did not, the clocks, something happened, it was a storm or something, and the clocks reset, and I just decided not to set them back again. Of course, I had the time on my phone, but it was, like I say, really just a freeing place for me, because it allowed for me to check out from all these time boundaries and really just be in the here, in the moment, in the now, and do whatever it was that I felt like I should be doing in that moment. And it felt so good to me. But then it made it be a struggle for me when it came to really managing my time there on out, because I had got into that arena of just being in that place of not being bound to time. And it's a beautiful thing, and I'm even still like that now. So it's very hard for me sometimes, because it's like I like to feel where I'm at in the moment, be in that moment, and just let go of all the things. And it's hard to do that when we're in life and we have things that we have to get done. So going just to time management, I don't know why, I was just thinking about that, and it was just a time in my life that was a very interesting experience, to say the least, to be able to really just disconnect for like a long period of time. And yeah, it was a very special place to be in at that time. And I think that this is a good thing for everyone to do, to just kind of disconnect from all the things. Why is okay? Look, but yeah, to just be able to truly disconnect from all that's going on in our day-to-day life. But that brings us to the fact that it is important for us to have a sense of time management, because without that, then things won't get done and we will end up being distracted. So knowing where to place our time truly does matter. And on next week, I'll probably get into a little bit more about, the distractions and how we can kind of get over and not let the distractions overwhelm our lives to the point to where we don't put our focus on the things that truly matter. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this week's lighter. And I do want to say before we moving on is that the one of the key components, though, is being accountable and having that accountability in place to realize where you might be going wrong with how you're managing your time. And that's something that I have been able to do and that I am constantly aware of. It's like, okay, when I sit down to try to watch a movie or something, it's like, okay, I could watch a movie or I could get something done, or I could try to watch a movie and get things done. But I truly like to have my focus where it needs to be. And a lot of times, if you're watching a movie or have something else going on, that distraction is going to steer you away from what you truly could be doing. And what should take 30 minutes ends up taking an hour and 30 minutes. So I think that, the main thing here is just being accountable for what it is how we're currently living our lives and how we can improve. And with that, we can actually start seeing some changes in our lives. So let's go ahead and get into this week's lighter. Let's see, what's our comment saying? Good evening, Norma. Good evening to you. Good evening, beautiful. All right, let's get into this week's Late Later. So as you can see, we do have several names here on the list, and I've kind of, like I say, every week I kind of do something different. And this week there were a couple of individuals that I felt like they shined a little bit in our community, so I wanted to add them to the list as well. But those of you who did participate in the weekly spotlight post, then you have, of course, a double chance to be a light lighter, because I don't want to use the word entry, but you have a additional chance to be a light lighter. And I try to be fair, and those who have really shown their light, I try to give them more of an opportunity. So let's go ahead and spin this wheel and see who this week's late lighter is. Okay. It is Miss Yolanda. Congratulations to you. I think that is a new light lighter. I don't think we've seen her just yet. So congratulations to you. Let's see what you are going to be taking home on this afternoon. I wanted to shuffle those. I'm going to shuffle these though. How about that? I like to try to shuffle it, so I feel like it's all right. You are going to be going home with $70 on today. That is your community appreciation credit for today. So thank you so much for shining light in our community and inspiring with Indy, because that is truly what it's about. Is inspiring. It's about inspiring, shedding our light, shining our light, and it really just being that little bit more of light in a dark place. I mean, because there's so many crazy things going on in this day and age, and it takes a lot to want to be someone who wants to be different, and I think it's a beautiful thing to be different. Everyone wants to fit in, and I always say that I don't want to fit in. I want to be the one that is outside of the box, because I feel like that is truly where you're able to dive into and really gain some understanding inside a lot of things versus just sticking in with the status quo. But I do want to make a quick announcement, or I should, whatever. I do want to make mention of something before I do get on up out of here. And that is, if you do not have your settings set to be able to receive messages from individuals who aren't your friends, or whatever your settings might be, then I will not be able to message you, which, like I said previously, that is why we have the shine signals, because it guarantees that we have a way to be able to get in contact with you so that you are able to receive your community appreciation credit if you are chosen for that week. Now, if you do not have your settings that way to where you can receive messages from us, then it is your responsibility, and I do put it in the comments, to reach out to us, send us a message, whether you want to put in their hashtag light lighter, or you just want to say me, or just put a period, whatever it is. It is your responsibility to be able to message us, because we can't message you. And of course, we're not going off of, we're not going to be stalking you down to try to give you an appreciation credit. So it would do you great good to go ahead and message us if you know that, or if we put a comment in the comment section to reach out to us, then please do that, because we want to be able to give you the credit. However, we're not going to run behind you to do so. So, with that being said, I want to say congratulations again to Miss Javonda on being this week's Community Appreciation Credit recipient. And look out for a message or a reply with us to message us so that you can receive that. Hello, LJ Goodens. How are you all doing on this afternoon? So, I just want to leave you all with the aspect of just being accountable for how we're spending our time and making the needed changes so that we can indeed be that superb manager of our life. And like I say, I'm working on it myself because man, it's been a journey. It's a lot. It's a lot that I know that I have going on in my life, and I am learning to be just proud. And even I encourage you all to be proud of yourself for what you are doing, even if you know that you can improve, because I'm one that I am extremely hard on myself. Like, I'm hard on others, but I am like 10 times harder on myself. So when I see something that's wrong, like, I'm aware of it, but it's just about taking the steps to make the needed changes so that the improvements can be made. And so I say, don't beat yourself up about the things that you could do better in your life, but observe it, take accountability for it, and then begin to move in the direction that's going to allow for your life to be better. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be beneficial to you. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's about being the best version of ourselves, improving who we are, reaching those heights that we never thought that we could. And with the right mindset, that is indeed possible. So I want to say that I hope each and every one of you all has an amazing rest of your afternoon. And I cannot wait to see you all on next week as we continue on this journey to wherever it's going to lead us in our individual lives. You all take care and have an amazing rest of your night.